What's up, everybody? It's Mike here, PCTV, Car News 2014, little project update. As always, we got Kenny.
Word.
And Mr. Ben.
Yep.
So today we're starting off car news. And the big thing in the news this spring is GM's recall extravaganza. Started with the ignition systems, now we're hearing some power steering woes. That lady's brand new 2015 Tahoe she was test driving got extra crispy.
Cruise axles are snapping after being recalled once already. They're being recalled again.
That's the one that had the hush-hush stop sale at the beginning, right?
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
That was the GM has stopped selling cruises and won't tell anybody why, and then they told us why. Because they're all broken, maybe.
They gone done goofed in production.
So, of course, to not really many people's surprise, recalls affects your perceived brand image, even if you're still making a good car or you're recalling old stuff. For the first time ever in history, Ram outsold Silverado.
Yeah, it was by a fair margin too. It was like, compared to last year, like truck sales were down like almost 8%. It wasn't a very big number, but it's still a rather significant number to put some form of dampening on their reputation.
And what's Chevy's plan to help compensate this?
Oh, they're cutting prices, obviously.
Ah, rebates. Put money on the hood. Wasn't that what they were criticizing Ram about before?
I think so.
Oh, well, you know, you might as well eat your foot when you're eating crow as well.
Yeah, I know they're offering like $7,500 off of the Silverados, and they still lost to Ram in sales. So, you know, it's a little out of character for Chev.
But I mean, the Ram isn't a bad truck.
Oh, no.
The coil spring rear suspension, the airbags in all four corners. It's a nice riding truck. It doesn't quite have the carrying capability of Silverado or F-150, but it's not like it's a inferior product. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they're playing ball with each other.
Yeah, it's not that bad considering they won the first ever twice in a row Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Yeah.
So, you know, credit where it's due. The Ram is a very good truck.
What else is big?
Who's going?
I'm sure there's something good. What do we got? The Dogecoin NASCAR car.
Makes
you say it, NASCAR car?
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes me wish Dodge was still in it, because then we could have a Doge Charger.
They've now got a thing online where you can vote for your favorite livery. They've got a few to choose from. They're all fairly ridiculous, as you'd expect from something started by Reddit.
Much fast, so Doge.
Wow.
Not stock. Wow.
McLaren released pricing on the 650S. It's still more than anybody in this car will ever be able to afford. Combined, yeah. It's
twice over.
Twice over. Several lifetimes of saving ahead of us in order to even just
and
down payment.
One thing I do find really funny about the 650S is when it first came out, well, it's not replacing the 12C. It's a new model. It's a new model. Yeah, we can't build that many cars, so the 12C is going out of production.
That makes sense. It is kind of replacing the 12C.
Well, it makes sense considering it's basically the 12C with a P1's face on it, which makes it look great. By the way, I love the way the 650S looks. However, their naming convention leaves a lot to be desired. 12C, 650S, P1, like
they're just kind of doing whatever they want.
It's like the printer section at your local electronics store.
Yeah, this sucks for a lot of 12C owners as well, because was it last month or something that they started it, or what?
The 12C's been out for a while. However, they are saying that they are going to do some of the upgrades they put in to the 650S complimentary to 12C owners.
Yeah, they were offering free upgrades or something.
Some reprogramming, active aero in the rear wing, and I think an audio system upgrade, something kind of random like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right now.
I think in terms of customer service, McLaren's got to be up there with the top, considering they still support the F1, and for a car that's been out of production that long, I can't think of any other manufacturer that can completely rebuild one.
Yeah, I mean, when Mr. Bean crashed his, that was pretty impressive. I think the repair was to the tune of like 1.4 million or something crazy like that. They had to bring back a few production stampings for Rowan.
Actually, I can think of one other example, would be Ferrari.
Yeah.
They still do quite a lot of work with F40s and things of that type, but that's...
But Ferrari is a little different in that regard too, because you can buy a McLaren, but to buy the latest Ferrari, you gotta know a guy who knows the guy who writes you a letter. Like, it's... The way that Ferrari is, you don't really own it, you're allotted it. Whereas, you know, McLaren's, they've supported the little guy. Sort of. Ish.
As long as you're a big enough guy to afford their car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the FXX, they wouldn't even let Michael Schumacher own his, technically.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Schumi, there's been, again, this is all in the rumor mill still, but there's been talk from official sources that he's being moved into a facility in his house, designed as life support facility, and that there might be some signs of him being slightly more reactive to the world around him.
Yeah, I read online the other day there were some, what they were calling signs of consciousness.
Yeah.
So what that actually means is, I guess, open to interpretation, but...
Yeah. But, I mean, Schumacher's always been, like, a gentleman racer that I've always found extremely interesting. And, well, here's hoping we don't lose another big car guy in F1.
Which kind of segues us into another well-known car guy that we lost not that long ago, Mr. Paul Walker. They're now with the new Fast and Furious movie. They've been talking about using CGI to actually keep his character in the movie. Now, I'm not sure what their intentions are with that, but I'm hoping that it's just to give him a nice, kind of graceful exit from the franchise and not to try and keep him in the movie and have, like, zombie Paul Walker in the next 10 movies.
Yeah. I know, like, Brandon Lee, for instance, in The Crow, when he died, they used his body double and a little bit of camera trickery for, you know, small scenes to finish up the movie. But the movie was well into development at that point, and kind of a related note to this, Hunger Games, Philip Seymour Hoffman, they were thinking of doing the same thing. And that, to me, that seems like maybe it's written in somewhere, okay, yeah, you can do this to finish up the movie, but it seems like it's kind of stepping on something we shouldn't be stepping on to chase after money. Right?
Yeah, it seems sacrilege almost to involve that kind of process. Like,
words don't describe it.
It's painful almost to hear. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's only $1.
Yeah.
Just let it be.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a tasteful way to do it and a not tasteful way to do it. I'm hoping they go for the tasteful way.
Yeah. They send him off, you know, anyway. Just make it something that's not trampling on things.
So we'll move away from the news and go to a little project car update. We've been playing quite a lot with the Pontiac Acadian rally car project. We're just about ready, probably the next couple of days, to be mocking up the V6 engine in there. We've already got the transmission mocked up. It popped right in way easier than it probably should have, but...
Force engineering.
It bolted right up to the stock mount and slipped into the drive shaft.
So, and then once we get the engine mocked up, we gotta order some more parts for it, and then hopefully we'll have it running in the next probably 3-4 weeks.
That's
give or take a little bit.
And you know, we'll solve the interior stuff out, because we're trying to figure out the heater box is destroyed. Well, the car's so old, we're gonna have to get it safety to make sure, you know, she's a road legal car when she's done. Requirement, of course, front defrost. So we might be fiberglassing up a heater box. We might have a little how-to fiberglass broken plastic up. Maybe a little how-to. I know the focus bumper one, or focus headlight, excuse me. One
Yeah, the bumper's where your head got stuck.
Yeah,
the headlights are what the video was about.
Yeah. So that's another one. And Ben, you've made some pretty big decisions about the whole Eagle project. in terms of which shell you're planning on using, right?
Yeah. So basically, I have two of the same car. The one that I had first was actually my first car. It's got automatic transmission and a little bit of rod knock. So it's been parked for I forget how many years. I think 4-ish,
If not more.
if not maybe a little more than that. And last summer I picked up a second one, basically the same, but with manual transmission.
No airbags.
And no airbags because it's a year older. It's a 93 as opposed to the 94. And I was originally going to use it as a parts car to resurrect the old one. And then it turned into being the daily driver, so I've been driving it. And now it's pretty much just replacing the old one. We'll be salvaging the engine and whatever panels we can use off the old one to go towards the current one. And yeah, we should get some updates on that on the channel soon. Maybe we'll do a little walk around video, maybe a little tear down video of the old one.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing a couple new things. Project walk around. We kind of jump from car to car to car in our fleet. You know, let you know about the Bear, Kenny's F-150, the Bro Stang, Ben's 2005 GT, Eagle Colt. We'll take a look at the big block, even though that project's kind of up in the air still. The Ranger, it's got nothing really super exciting except for a brand new transmission. Got reverse and third. Good times.
Well, and it has all the other gears too.
Yeah.
And they all actually work when they're supposed to now.
Yeah. And we're thinking for the teardown, maybe do something time-lapse, play with video editing a bit. Should be a exciting summer coming up, since we're now just getting near Easter weekend. We can finally put the summer tires back on everything and just kind of enjoy being a car guy. There's going to be some talks about some new car stuff going on up here where we are, so there might be some car show footage. It could be a very interesting season, so, you know, signing off for today. Hopefully everybody enjoys themselves this summer, and take care.